dead-on shot and dislodged the football. And it's just shocking because we're in the middle of the third quarter, and you're like, what? And it seemed like they were on the roll again because they had not been stopped the whole game.
You're looking at Skip. I'm sure they're thinking, man, we could really deal them a death blow if we go down here and get a touchdown in this situation. Because now, Skip, instead of 12, you're up 19. That's it's for a 3-score game instead of a 2-score game.
It would have been. And it just took my breath away and kicked me right in the stomach. Because if you're going to do that there, that's big trouble. And so that immediately gave them a freeway to the end zone.
Right.
And then the other thing is, you mentioned the punter. This is, remember, this is, what was the time? 8:47 left in the game.
Right.
And you realize that's the first time Baker's offense had been stopped and forced to punt the whole day. That's the silver lining to this was they had not been stopped all day at Arrowhead. And now the punter gets in the game, and he's not ready psychologically, and he just muffs the snap. And to your point, just go ahead and try to Australian rules.
Exactly.
Come on, do something.
Because that's what everybody does in college now anyway.
Just sideways. Just kick it sideways. Just try to get it 10 yards. Don't do this. Don't do this. Don't do this. And he just panicked, and that was the end of that deal.
Yes.
And now the floodgates are open, and now Baker is in a precipitous situation. But the reason the momentum swung, and Patrick said it after the game, was the 75-yard pass. It's on the first play of that drive.
You got to make him eat some clock, Skip. You can't give him one play in 5 seconds.
Okay. And yet, to me, this is vintage Patrick Mahomes. This is everything I love and hate about Patrick Mahomes. Because, to me, this is dangerous.
Oh my God, he called
and John Johnson is really good, and they paid him a lot of money on the free agent market. And I don't know what he's doing. He's actually covered him. He's beaten him to the spot that he's trying to run to. And he can't find the football. Look, he's looking, and he never saw it. And to me, when the ball left his hands, I said interception. Because usually for anybody else, that's an interception. Am I right?
Yep.
Okay, it's wrong, right. But not only is it right, it turns into a touchdown. It wasn't that he just caught it for like a 50-yard gain. He just he just cuts the other way and goes all the way back across the field. I don't know what John Johnson's doing. If you just find the football, you can at least knock it down.
But here's the thing, Skip. At that point in time, he sees Tyreek racing across the field. The thing that everybody is fearful of with Tyreek is his speed. I got to beat him to the point.
Well, he did. He had him covered.
Exactly, but the ball's behind him. See, he's just racing to a point because he knows if Tyreek, we saw this in New England, Skip. Remember, he caught the ball against McCourty, and he just like, boom. So they know if he catches that ball at that point, it's over. He just overran the play, Skip.
Okay, I got to tell you, as much as I honor and admire the arm strength to do that, it's pure luck because you're throwing a jump ball. You're throwing a 50-50. It's just one of those plays where you covered it, but you didn't find the football. And if you found the football before Tyreek did, it'd be your ball as much as his ball.
Skip, in a situation like that, do you trust John Johnson or you trust Tyreek more? And so that's what you're looking at. When you get a receiver.
John Johnson's one of the best.
Yes.
That's why he got all that money.
But here's the thing, Skip. If I got D-Hop against a safety, I'm going to throw it up because I trust D-Hop more than I trust the safety. I don't care. In a situation like that, I know John Johnson is a very good safety, but I'm going to trust Tyreek in a situation like that. Either he's going to jump up and catch it or it's going to be incomplete.
Remember, it wasn't a third-string safety who was in because Ronnie Harrison got booted.
No, he's the first string. Yeah,
he's the first string, and he is the stud star safety.
Yes.
And to me, Patrick just looks, and because he's got the greenest light in the history of quarterbacks because Andy Reid just adores him, and Andy Reid traded up to draft him, and Andy Reid loves it when he tries plays like that because that makes Andy Reid feel like I'm a genius. Look at me, I did it, because he loves that kind of play. Well, that play can bite you, too. It can blow up in your face.
And it's happened. We've seen him against Miami try to make those same plays last year, and he ends up with 3 interceptions. Remember, Skip, he's trying to make a play. He ends up getting a 30-yard sack. So you're going to have to live with some of that. And that's the difference, Skip, when you look at it. This is why you have to tip your hat to a cornerback, because the receiver knows where he's going. He's able to see the ball. As a defender, I'm just basically, okay, I'm shadowing you. Well, I know where I'm going. You guessing where I'm going. One slip, and this is what you get. You get a 70-yard touchdown instead of a knockdown because you lost track of the ball.
Okay, here's my other pet peeve about your man, Patrick Mahomes. First touchdown that Kansas City scored.
Yeah, you saw that? Your guy could never do that. Your guy could never do this.
He rolls out, and it's la-di-da, la-di-da.
Look at the back and do that, Jeff. Take your time. What you want to do?
I'll deke this guy, and then I'm going to fake it, and then I'm going to do it, and I'm going to run. And here's my problem. It seems like, remember the Tennessee play in the championship game, and we showed it 1,000 times on the show. It's like the Browns decide they don't want to tackle Patrick Mahomes. And I swear, he's held in such high esteem by everybody in the league. They think he is the face of the league. They think he's the magic man. They don't want to hit him. They don't want to tackle him. You got to just come up and hit him like he's a running back.
No, don't do that.
You got to hit this man. You don't let him just lollygag around and then decide to, I'll waltz into the end zone. I'll just waltz.
That pump fake, it was a lair.
Yeah, he got him. But I'm saying, one of these times, somebody's going to say, you know what? I've had enough of that. I'm just going to blast him. Yeah, because back in the day, they used to blast Cam Newton. When Cam Newton tried that against the Falcons in Atlanta, they would just annihilate him.
Anytime any quarterback get outside the pocket, you're a running back. You Adrian Peterson.
Somebody hit him. Could somebody just hit him?
They can't get him.
How about grab his flag? Just somebody grab his flag. I would enjoy it if somebody would at least put one hand on him and he waltzed into the end zone. And I'm sitting back saying, I guess it's not tackle. Maybe it's two below touchdown.
And you see where he so casually flipped the football like, this ain't nothing to me.
Yeah. And then he's doing a little bit of
it's easy.
Yeah.
I'm clean. I'm clean
it is because nobody hits you. Maybe they need to pass a new rule. Patrick Mahomes is fair game for everybody to hit. I don't know.
But Skip, look, you know what it's like. Look, Kansas City is one of the toughest places that I've ever played, and I've played in a lot of stadiums. And now that they have a team that they can get behind, they're going to have 80,000 dressed in red. And when they score, Skip, it gets loud. The one thing that you can't have to happen is let the momentum. Once they got that touchdown and Baker went 3 and out, Skip, you knew it was over then. The crowd done got into the ball game, and now they're revved up. And they did, and you mentioned it earlier, Frank Clark. They're like, hold on. What you do with your best defensive lineman, you run him up and down the line. You run him up and down the line, and then you find a weak link. We got a fish. Now, when you get a fish, Skip, don't let him off. Don't you let that joker get back in that water. Make sure you land him. Frank Clark went up and down the line. They got a new left tackle. Let me try him. He went over to the other side. He got Conklin. So, Chris Jones, with that being said, they're going to get Honey Badger back. They're going to get Frank Clark back. They'll be a little better defensively. But offensively, offensive line looked a lot better yesterday than they did in the Super Bowl.
I would agree, because Myles Garrett was pretty quiet yesterday.
He got that one, but when he needed to make a play, man, he fired off the rock like he was shot out of a cannon. And he got there, and he gave Baker an opportunity. That's all you could ask for. Yeah, he was quiet basically all day, but when you needed him to make a play, he made that play. But, Skip, in a situation like this, you're on the road. You go, 21 or 27 for 300 yards and a touchdown? You run for 6 yards a carry? You got to win this one.
I agree, because I don't know how many times yesterday Tony Romo said that was a big-time throw by Baker.
Yes.
That was a big-time throw. If we could just see a couple of them.
Yeah. He was dealing. He was dealing,
He
Skip.
was dealing.
Yeah.
And he was throwing with velocity and accuracy like I haven't seen before. Here's a deep ball. This is to that kid from Auburn.
Schwartz.
Schwartz.
He can fly.
You know what? He can really fly, and he gives them a new dimension.
Yes.
This is Njoku.
Who's playing unbelievable.
Unbelievable.
But Skip, if you notice, everything is all play action because you got
late to Njoku. How sweet is that throw?
Yeah. Everything is all play action because, Skip, they run the ball because you got to honor it.
Yeah.
You got to.
Okay. All right. This kid, and yet there was another late one to Schwartz.
He dropped it.
And he had it, and Thornhill came up. Thornhill played a great game yesterday. But I believe this is the one to Schwartz. Yeah, you got to catch that.
Yes.
That would have maybe won the game. And Thornhill got a hand in and dislodged it. But the kid's playing his first game.
Yes.
But he is a world-class sprinter.
Yes, absolutely.
Yeah, got to catch that one. And then finally, to the play of the game, unfortunately for Baker Mayfield, comes with 1:09 left. And as Romo said on CBS, He is trying to throw the ball away, and he does not see Sorensen coming. The safety's coming from behind him and gets him and trips him up. And as he's trying to throw it away, he falls forward and gets nothing on the ball, and you know the rest of the story. And you can't do it.
Nope.
No matter who's at fault, no matter what the circumstance is, you just have to eat it and fall on your face if that's what it requires. Because you had just done good things.
Right.
There was a 3rd and 2 just before that, and he hit Peoples-Jones on a little slant and threw a little rocket to him.
Correct.
For 4 yards and converted. And then he hit a Kareem for 19 yards. And it looks like they're moving, and then that happened, and just the air went out of the game.
But you know it's over at that point.
Like when you least expect it, because he hadn't thrown any picks all day, he hadn't lost any fumbles all day, and then that happened. So learning lesson for Browns. I still like them. I think they will get better and better. They got to get healthier. So do the Chiefs, obviously, because both were playing with some disadvantages. But I think they will see each other again in the postseason.
Well, it was a good start, boy. Well, and Shannon, I let you start with Patrick Mahomes for